Ms. Grothman.
Thank you. I read a book by Christopher Rufo recently, America's Cultural Revolution, and they talked about the hard left thinking up DEI in the early 70s as a way to divide America. I think prior to that time, the hard left that wants to bring down our country tried to set America against each other by income level and create hatred for the wealthier people. But this was the fallback position. They want to divide America by race, which seems completely absurd when you look at people coming here from all around the globe, from Cuba, from Kenya, from Philippines, from Korea. All these, and my district has a lot of Hmong, all these people from different backgrounds succeeding beyond what the European descendants succeed here. So the evidence, there's probably never been a less racist country in the history of the world, the United States right now. So you're left to think the only reason they push this DEI stuff is because they intentionally want to divide Americans. Now I'll give you an anecdote. A member of the Board of Regents told me in Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, that they had let in some people of color in the medical school who did not do well on the MCATs. And I felt so sorry for them because apparently 3 or 4 years into medical school, you got to take a test. And these people all flunked the test. I'm sure their parents were so proud of them when they told them they were getting into medical school and my son's going to be a doctor, and they really didn't have a chance. Is this a common result of when you try to let people into colleges and universities other than merit? Is this something that you hear in other places? We'll give either one of you a chance.
Thank you for the question. Applying to medical school is a big decision, and you know, after you certainly apply, wow, as you go through the coursework, 4 years later, you'll be a physician. You'll be the one who at midnight will get the pager ringing in the hospital system and answering the call to help that patient. And it's just really so critical that quality is what reigns supreme. Now, granted, there are many qualified people of all different stripes in this country. I mean, this is a beautiful country with wonderful folks, and I've worked with folks of all different...
But have you seen this thing, not just in medical school, other places in which you let in people of apparently different qualifications, and then some of the people with lower qualifications wind up not making it through the graduate school or medical school or whatever?
Well, I think what we see is we know that performance on the MCAT, the test for admissions, does actually correlate with performance during one's time as a student. And that performance as a student does correlate to how well you will be as a physician. And that performance as a physician on standardized tests like the American Board of Internal Medicine does correlate with actually care delivered to Medicare beneficiaries in the hospital. So, I mean, there is a correlation to the merit that one achieves. And so we do see that it's absolutely important for folks to be qualified so that we can have the very best of quality when folks are in those hospitals and outpatient world.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mukherjee, I'll ask you a question. I guess you are what my Democrat friends would refer to a person of color. Have you experienced prejudice, or could you comment? Like I said, I think these people from all around the globe and succeed here. Do you feel you have a different viewpoint if, say, you applied to medical school because your ancestors, I take it, were from somewhere other than Europe? Do you have a whole different, where did your ancestors come from?
India.
India. Do you feel that the Indian viewpoint to medicine or an Indian viewpoint to architecture creates genuine diversity, or do you kind of feel like everybody else were you raised in America?
Yes, I was born and raised here.
Don't you feel like just a regular American kid, or do you really feel that you bring a different whole viewpoint to things because your ancestors were from India?
I really appreciate the question, Congressman, and to answer it, frankly, no, I don't. I don't want anyone to look at me or my mother or father, who both immigrated to the U.S. from India, as did my grandparents, to find opportunity here because they knew there would be much more. I don't want anyone to look at me or my story or where I am today and think that it is a result of my skin color or my family's skin color. First and foremost, I am a proud American citizen, as are my parents, my siblings, and my other relatives that are here. So yes.
And the people who are trying to destroy America, and I think that's what they are trying to do, they would argue that because your ancestors come from India, that therefore you will bring a different viewpoint to the architecture firm or law firm or whatever. Do you feel you bring a different viewpoint because of where your long dead